Working on Taking It Back was one of the biggest highlights of 2022 for me, and definitely the biggest project I had been a part of as a freelancer up until that point. It pushed me not only as an engineer, but also as a person, and it forced me to reconcile some bad workaholic-ish habits that I had developed. And it was a turning point for me in that I realized that if I wanted to work on high-profile, high-pressure projects like Meghan's and perform to the peak of my ability, I needed to be at my best mentally. And since then, I've been seeking a better work-life balance and have started meditating, working out every day, and just trying to get in touch with what my needs are as a human. As an artist, mental health matters so much, and it's not like we're filling out spreadsheets or hammering nails. Like, we literally cannot do our jobs if we're not in a good place. And it was during this project that I started to develop some healthier habits in order to rise to the occasion and do the project justice. Getting the call from Gian was a real pinch me moment. I remember being on a bike ride and he called me and asked if I could try out a mix on a Meghan Trainor song he was working on. And I think I played it pretty cool, but I was definitely freaking out a little bit. I didn't know any of the parameters of the project, like deadline, budget, or anything, or how many songs they needed, but I did know that this was an incredible opportunity. After I mixed the first song, I was told they had like 8 songs left to mix and that the album had to be turned in on Sunday. And I think it was Thursday at the time. And the team was just like, we're going to keep throwing songs at you and you knock them out as fast as you can. The deadline ended up getting pushed, but those 5 days were a total blur. I was pretty much nonstop mixing, getting on calls with the producers and receiving voice notes from Meghan. I think at the time I was just like waking up, mixing until I was done, and then going to sleep. Yeah, I really put everything I had into that project. This is a bit of a tricky one because I love all of the songs for their own reasons, but Special Delivery is one that I really love. It's part of the deluxe album, and it was just really cool to see the progression of that song and to help get it to the finish line. We spent a couple rounds of notes getting the vocal to sit just right to make sure that overall it's as punchy and competitive as it needed to be. But I felt challenged by that one, and it was awesome going back and forth with the team to see where we could get it to sound a couple % better here, a couple % better on the instrumental, a couple % better overall. And I think we ended up with something that was a significant improvement over the original version. It's funny because mixing can sometimes be a bit removed from the rest of the music making process, but I love to collaborate with artists and producers to see how far we can push a record. And I think the result of that is most oftentimes something better than I or the artist could have imagined. And this was a really fun one. The most meaningful part of my work as a mixer is collaborating with incredible talent. And Gian, Fede, Justin, and of course Meghan are such masters of their craft. And as a mixer, I truly am standing on the shoulders of giants. You know, I'm building off of what artists, producers, and songwriters create. And having such a talented roster of contributors means not only that the songs are finely crafted every step of the way, but it also inspires me to rise to the occasion as a mixer. I've started realizing over the past year how much the people surrounding a project and my relationship with them gives my work meaning. The managers, A&Rs, producers, songwriters, and of course, artists. I'm lucky to be surrounded by people as talented and driven as the lineup on Taking It Back, and sharing credits with all of them means the world to me. I can't thank Meghan and the team enough for inviting me to be a part of their process.